What's up with the mob? It's your boy King B, back at it, bringing you another breadhead video. Now today, we got an update on the Mozzie-SIBO beef, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, I need y'all to do three things. First, I need y'all to like this video. Second, I need y'all to comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Third, I need y'all to comment or subscribe to the channel for more content. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into this. So let me give you a refresher on the Mozzie, you feel me, SIBO beef. So basically, Mozzie and SIBO are both Sacramento rappers, and they're from rival gang sets. And so, you know, from being from rival gang sets, you know, and being rappers, somebody wants to be the king of that city. Somebody wants to be the king of Sacramento. And so that's how they got into it. They said SIBO was the old king, and Mozzie's the new king. And Mozzie's now, you know, trying to dethrone basically SIBO. And so we got this beef, you know, which is entertaining. But what's not so entertaining is that allegedly the shooters are snitching on him. And yeah, I said that Mozzie shooters are snitching on him, allegedly. So let me give y'all, you feel me, a video refresher first, and then we're going to get into the facts.
That claimed the life of a local father, and now 3 people are behind bars. The shooting happened last summer at Meadowview Park. Among those killed was 49-year-old Ernie Cadena. Antwon Land, Amonte Woltom, and Quason Murphy are charged with murder. City leaders took immediate action following the shooting, approving the Advanced Peace program to combat gang activity. The city committing more than $1 million to help reform violent offenders.
Advanced Peace was one thing. It was controversial, but until somebody shows me something better, I'm still very much in favor of it.
The city of Stockton is testing the Advanced Peace program right now. Last month, city council members voted to implement the program on a trial basis for the next 4 years to see if it brings peace to the city.
Yeah, that ain't work. But yeah, let me introduce you guys to the feel me, to the shooters supposedly. These are the alleged shooters. These aren't the, you feel me? I'm not gonna say these are shooters because I don't want to get sued. These are alleged shooters again. Fake. This is Amonte Wortham, aka they called him in the statements. This is Antwon Land, aka Tweezy, in the statements. And this is Quason Murphy, aka Q Mozzie. So I'm gonna let you guys sort out the facts for yourself because, you know, I'm just here to bring you the facts and for you to decide on your own, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me introduce you guys to alleged shooters. This right here is Monty Wortham, aka Ugg. This is Antwon Lands, aka Tweezy. This is Quason Murphy, aka known as Q Mozzie. And so this is Wortham's statement. It says, after viewing the above photographs, Wortham was shown photographs of the suspect vehicle, a white Mazda CX-5, from surveillance video and Google Maps at Meadowview Park. After denying participation in the murder of Ernest Cadena, Wortham provided the following statements in the summary. On the day of SIBO's video shoot was shot up, I was at Q Mozzie's house on Seneca. I really don't remember the time, but it was me, Q Mozzie, Tweezy, and Uzi Marcus at Q Mozzie's house. We received a phone call from Mozzie, aka Timothy Patterson. This is where he implicates Mozzie, you know what I'm saying? We received a phone call from Mozzie, aka Timothy Patterson, and he told us to meet him at a Wingstop in the South area. I really don't know where the Wingstop was, but it was close to the freeway, and it was in the plaza and next to some apartment. Tweezy, which is this guy, drove his SUV, and the 4 of us met up with Mozzie. Mozzie handed us a backpack that had 3 Glock pistols inside. Mozzie told us that SIBO and Lav were having a video shoot at Meadowview Park and told us to take care of it. So again, he's implicating Mozzie, saying, hey, Mozzie gave us these pistols, these 3 pistols, and he told us to go shoot SIBO and Lavish. And Amonte, this guy, continues to say Tweezy, which is him, drove us 4 to Meadowview Park. Once we pulled up on the street, we saw that there was a lot of people at the park. We turned down the side street, uses Google Maps, and describes turning down John Still Drive, which is supported by surveillance video. So all this stuff is supported by, you feel me, traffic cameras and people's personal surveillance videos of the day. We got guns out the backpack. I picked up the Nintendo 45, referring to a Glock 21 45 caliber, which appears as the same as a Nintendo video gun game, which is, I think, is this. And Uzi Marcus and Q Mozzie picked up the Glock 22 and Glock 23, which were both 40 caliber. Tweezy drove us down 24th Street and past the crowd for Sibo's video shoot. So this is where he's implicating other people. Uzi Marcus and Q Mozzie shot from the passenger side of the car. After the shots, we passed the group and turned onto the next street, pointing out Lemoore, which is supported by video, again, traffic cameras, and looped around the block. We left the area on the same street we came in. Once we hit the next main street, we turned right, which is also supported by traffic camera. And he continues to say, after we left the area, we went to Han Trey's house and we dropped off the backpack with the 2 Glock pistols. So he's saying, hey, we left the backpacks at Han Trey's house, you know, the backpack with the pistols in it. And he said, and now he's saying there's only 2 pistols left in there. So where'd the other one go? Where'd the Nintendo Zapper go? You feel me? Amonte, you got it, because this is your statement. Uzi Marcus got picked up at Han Trey's house. Tweezy, Q Mozzie, and I went to Q Mozzie's house, and then the 3 of us drove to Stockton. We stayed in Stockton, where I remember Tweezy was saying that we should report the car stolen or paint it. I remember Tweezy calling his girlfriend and telling her that we needed to report the car stolen or paint it, but I told him that that was stupid. I kept the Glock 45 for a little bit because I didn't, and it cuts off right there, but I'm assuming he said that he didn't want to give it up at that time because it was a special gun. It was a, you know, modeled after Nintendo. You know, who wouldn't want to keep a gun like that? I would. That shit looks raw as hell. This is Q Mozzie's statement. This guy right here, this is his statement. You know, it says, Smith were transported to the House of Justice for interviews. At the conclusion of the interviews, Quayshawn Murphy was booked into the Sacramento County Jail for 30305 PC felony of possession with ammunition based upon a conviction for carrying. So basically he violated probation from an old case where he got caught with a firearm while he was a minor. And they violated him and they took him to jail. And on 1/25/18, your interview Quayshawn Murphy at Sacramento Police Department Hall of Justice, interview room 4. The interview was audio recorded and video recorded. A copy of the recording was later booked as evidence. So everything he said was booked as evidence, basically. You know what I'm saying? All the people's names he gave up, everything that he said is on public record. You know, Murphy waived his rights and provided the following statement. Why are you know, not lawyering up? You should have. That's the first thing you should do. Loose lips sink ships. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish this. So this is basically what Q Mozzie's saying again, okay? He's saying, I was picked up at my house by Tweezy and Ugg in a white SUV you showed me earlier a picture of. I was sitting in the back seat behind Tweezy, positively identified as Antwon Land, who was a driver. Ugg, positively identified as Amonte Wortham, was sitting in the front passenger seat. So basically, he was a driver, he was a passenger, he was sitting behind the driver, and there's another guy in there sitting behind the passenger, behind this guy. And he goes on to say, and there was some older guy who I don't know was sitting in the passenger seat behind Ugg. We all drove to Meadowview Park, and I closed my eyes and covered my ears when the shooting started. So honestly, I don't know who from the car shot. All I know is it wasn't me who shot. So basically, Q Mozzie, you saying that you, the big bad rapper, you know what I'm saying, saying that you closed your eyes and crawled in the fetal position when the shooting started. That's not believable, man. That's not believable at all. If that's the best story you can come up with, good luck to you, bro. After the shooting, Tweezy, Ugg, and I went to Stockton. Yes, that is me in the photograph with Timothy Mozzie Patterson in Stockton on the night of the shooting, referring to Instagram photo of two of them in the apparent convenience store. I am wearing Mozzy's chain. I wasn't wearing his chain because I committed murder. Mozzy gave me a chain on my own, seized during the warrant search, but he gave me that for producing records, not for shooting people. So basically he's saying Mozzy didn't give me the chain because I shot somebody. Mozzy gave me the chain because, you feel me, I produced records, not because, you know, he put me on after the murder or whatever, or after the shooting. And I'm gonna show you guys the image of you know, him and Mozzy at the convenience store, which is this one right here. And if you look closely, you can see at the bottom it says August 27th. You see, I know you guys see that right there, August 27th, 2017. And this is what he means, that he was wearing Mozzy's chain, not because he shot niggas, but because, you feel me, he was putting in that work in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So let me continue with the story. So this is Antwon Land's statement. I'm gonna read you guys his statement. It says, on 10/6, the affiant, with the assistance of gang and homicide detectives, served a search warrant. At Blink, upon serving the search warrant, detectives seized a white Mazda X5 from the work of Keisha Kingston. Keisha Kingston and Antwon Land were voluntarily transported to the Hall of Justice for interviews. Why are you guys giving statements voluntarily? You're supposed to wait for a lawyer. Doesn't matter what the case is. And you know that. Anybody in the criminal underworld should know that, especially some shooters. Okay, this is Antwon Land's statement. This is a summary of what he said. He said, I was in Sacramento on 8/27, and I went to a friend's house on East Nicholas Ave. My friend Dominic Parker and I were at his house when my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, Bradley Liam, came over too. Bradley and I got into a physical fight, and Bradley took the keys to the white Mazda CX-5 and left. So, let me get this straight. So basically you're saying your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend magically shows up, y'all get into a fight, and he steals the car from you. Why didn't you call the cops? If you were smart, you would have called the cops. A normal human, if they would have got beaten up and got, you know, their car stolen, they would have called the cops too. So this is how I know you're lying. It says, Bradley left with Marcus, viewing a photo of Marcus Webster, or Weber, which I'm believing maybe is Uzi Marcus, because they sound, you know, Marcus Weber, Uzi Marcus, yeah, it goes together. What, you know, what Amonte said earlier. And came back a few hours later. I don't know what they did, but I saw on the news, and I talked to people who were at Meadowview Park. The people I talked to said the car involved was a white SUV, so I thought Bradley and Marcus have used my car to commit a shooting. The surveillance image of the white SUV you're showing me is the white Mazda CX-5 I drove to Sacramento on August 27, 2017. He goes on to say, I wasn't driving the Mazda when the shooting occurred. I remember asking my girlfriend Keisha to paint the car because she had wanted me to paint the car in the past. I don't remember asking her to report the car stolen. The person in the photo you are showing me is Dominic Parker, and that is the Dominic Parker whose house I was at when Bradley Liam came and stole my car and beat me up. So yeah, this big dude, Antwon Land, said he got beat up and he got his car stolen, and he didn't call the cops, but he just sat there and waited a few hours, and some magical perception, this guy Bradley Liam came back and gave him his car back, and he happened to see on the news that there was a shooting, and the car that got stolen was the car that was involved in the shooting, but you still didn't call the cops at that point. That makes you look bad, man. Very, 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 very bad. Okay. Detective Butler interviewed Keisha Kingston, who related the following summary. So Keisha Kingston, again, is Antwon Land's girlfriend. You know, and both of them were arrested at the same time. Had them in separate rooms, you know. So they're giving different, you know, they're basically pointing fingers at each other. So this is her statement. She says, Antwon Land is my boyfriend. Antwon Land is allowed to drive my white Mazda CX-5. Antwon Land drove my car to Sacramento on August 27, 2017. I remember he came back in the afternoon on the 27th, like 3 or 4 o'clock, and he was with 2 other males that I don't know. I remember Antwon and was in the back room with these men, and then he came out and asked me if I can paint the car. I thought that was strange, but I told him that we would see because the car was leased. Oh, wow. So the car was leased and you asked your girlfriend to paint a leased car or report it stolen. That don't make no sense. Later, Antwon asked me if I can report the car stolen, but he wouldn't tell me why. I never reported the car stolen. I don't know if Antwon has anything to do with the shooting at Meadowview Park or not. So basically, you came home with 2 other niggas, which if I'm correct, and going off of Monty's story and just putting the whole thing together, you, Monty, and Q Mozzie went back to your house, which is the 2 other dudes with you that your girl didn't know probably. You know what I'm saying? And then you come out, you ask her, oh, can you paint the car? You can't paint a leased car. It's not your car. You don't own the car. You're leasing it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think smarter than that, buddy. Should have reported the car stolen when somebody attacked you at your friend's house and stole your car from you, like you said in your statement. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here giving y'all the facts, and I'm gonna show y'all basically how I verified these facts. You know what I'm saying? And basically, Tweezy, and Q Mozzie, the supposed shooters who are now snitching. So how can you be a shooter and you're snitching now? That's what we doing? 2018 for real? So yeah, before I let you guys go, I'm gonna show you guys all the proof and how I correlated the dates and everything. Yeah, man, just check it out. Bringing the facts, not fiction. So first, we got this was posted, you feel me, that night on February 23rd, 2018. And their arrest happened the day before because they don't, report anything that hasn't happened yet. So the arrest was, February 22nd, 2018. And if we go to Amonte's case, which I have open right here, Amonte Tyrone Wortham, filing date is 2/22/18, and correlates perfectly. They had an arraignment and everything, around 2/8 because they gotta be less than 10 days from when you came in, and so all the stuff adds up perfectly. And he has even have a future hearing coming up in 6 days, I'll say on the 19th, 6/19/2018 at 8:30, And then not only him, these all correlate. I see, like I said, go to Sacramento Public Case System and put the information, pay the money, sign up for an account, and you can see this too. Filing date, 2/22/2018. Correlates perfectly, right? 2/23/2018. Right? So let's show you Antwon Lands. So y'all see Antwon Lands filing 2/22/18. Charged with 187, which is a murder. Next hearing is 6/19/2018, 8:30. So I'm wondering if maybe same way it goes with him, same filing date and same future hearing date. I wonder if they're all being tried together or if they're being charged individually. It'd be interesting. I'll keep you guys updated as the facts come out, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to spread no BS, don't want to spread no gossip. We want to bring y'all pure facts, and I did that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys can correlate the dates too. Search this, Google this information, and you'll see. Like I said, it's your boy King B. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Deuces.